think he's driving Uber.
What do you say? Well, he said something.
Why did I put my face closer to the monitor as if it would make me hear him better? That's what I want to know.
Make it louder. Make it louder.
I say you can find me over at YouTube at Coffee and RPGs.
Walk with us as we escort you to safety, experience, and the adventure of a lifetime.
Then again, I can cut the tracks out, okay? So that's the thing. So, all right, we're gonna let this open up a little bit to Got Fuzz
You still
because
picked that up?
what?
You still picked that up? I was trying hard not to laugh.
No, I didn't hear anything.
No,
Oh,
we didn't hear
good.
you. I saw you over there convulsing.
Yeah, I know, me too, trying to hold it back. I'm just letting you know that I have you on different tracks. I can always cut it out. That's all. You know.
We know, Dad.
Got Fuzz. I'm curious to know you as a, well, not a noob MMO player, but playing New World for the first time. I think it was the first time you played it, right? You didn't play the alpha?
I played the beta,
the alpha.
the first beta.
The alpha. Oh, at first. Okay, never mind.
No, remember that was a beta test.
Right. That was those who pre-ordered got a chance to play beta for a couple of weeks before they put it on the shelf for like a year. All right, but I'm thinking playing the game again. You know, kind of almost like a noob, right? What were your impressions of New World that just ended their 2-week their beta? Are you ready to play the game full time?
It's got a fun little, like, the PvE is pretty fun when it comes to just being able to hack and slash. It reminds me of Dynasty Warriors, and I used to play the living tar out of Dynasty Warriors 2 and 3. I loved that game.
Really?
For those who, that game was so fun. And I loved that game in that in Dynasty Warriors, you had to go and do missions, right? In order to get like people's special weapons, you had to do special tasks within the time frame of the mission. So you had 20 minutes to finish the mission, but you had 20 minutes to finish the mission plus do the special task, which was a pain in the butt to do. So it made me think of Dynasty Warriors in the way that it's a hack and slash game, but also an MMO. I'm kind of enthused. I'm going to take time off to play. I'm going to end up pre-ordering it, but I'm kind of skeptical that only 6 dungeons, no raids, no arenas yet have been talked about. The balancing is going to be very hard to do for anyone who wants to play ranged, and you have high latency. Good luck playing against anyone who has any mobility, because they will just get in your face and you'll whiff every shot. And you better have aim lab training, because you're going to be missing a lot of shots between latency and mobility of certain classes. I feel like there's an opportunity for them to hit a niche that is not hit right now, but if they don't put out a good product, Endwalker is coming right at the end of when people are going to be hitting max level in that game. So if they don't do well and they don't have a good end game, people are going to leave that game immediately and go to Endwalker, which is kind of my plan, is to play that game to November. And if there's not a good end game, I'm going straight into Endwalker.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I plan on jumping into Endwalker 2 when it comes out. And that's a fair statement. I hadn't thought about the Dynasty Warriors. I've never played it, but my kids have played it. I hadn't thought about it to cross between Dynasty Warriors and New World. You know, that's pretty good. But you should tell AIM Labs, you just hype them everywhere. You should get some money for all the stuff you hype them with. You change your name and Discord for it. You just like, man. Oh, well, okay. So that was one thing. Was there anything else you wanted to bring up? Like talk about anything that was on your mind? It's like, hey, we're bringing you to an MMO show. You're not playing World of Warcraft. You're playing Final Fantasy 14 right now. What else did you want to talk about? Is there anything?
Well, I've been going through Shadowbringers. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I have to say, for anyone who's played an MMO like WoW and been completely bored out of your mind for the leveling experience, like completely bored out of your mind. I used to have to listen to sermons or just YouTube videos to get through it. Going through Final Fantasy is like, I don't want my kids to bother me, so I won't play till late or play before they wake up, because I want to be able to like get into the story. So I've been enjoying Final Fantasy. It's such a breath a breath of fresh air to be able to play in a game where you're like, if I want to play solo, it's not less of a game like World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, if you want to play solo, you're not playing the whole game. It feels like part of a game. And
Yeah.
so I've been loving that. And I feel like New World is honestly on the edge. And with their crafting system, they allow you to basically play as a solo player and dominate the auction house, and then PvP with your company and in the times that you want to do that. So those are the two things that I'm looking at right now is basically Final Fantasy, playing through Shadowbringers, which basically feels like a movie right now with how it grips you in.
Right.
And then waiting for New World, and hopefully it launches this next time it launches so I can actually put in for some time.
Yeah, well said. I mean, you're echoing the thing that my son, why he loves Final Fantasy 14. And Shadowbringers, when he finished it, he was like telling me this is like the greatest story ever, not great story ever told. That's we know that's a great story ever told, but loved it. Okay, loved the whole thing and just couldn't top raving about it. And I'm like, okay, I remember I had finished Heaven's Ward, hadn't played Storm and Blood yet. So now that I'm at Shadowbringers, I plan to play through it and actually see what they said, like you said, all the goodness out of it, and then get into Endwalkers, knowing that Endwalkers, if you don't know, is the end of the overall story arc in Final Fantasy 14. Doesn't mean the game is over. Okay, once they release Endwalker, whatever version is, 9.0 to whatever it is, right? Poop. The next patch is brand new. Okay, they're not carrying it on, so to speak. So this is going to be interesting how they're doing it. Hoping they'll catch people in the wave going forward.
And you know what's crazy is
What's
no
crazy?
one knows anything about it other than what's in the trailer.
Well, there's
The
two
trailer-
classes.
The classes are in the trailer too, but the trailer is what gives you little glimpses, and that's what Yoshi P has said, is the trailer has hints at what's going to happen in it. And as you play through Shadowbringers, you'll start remembering the Shadowbringers trailer and be like, oh,
Yeah.
I remember this. This was in the trailer. This was
The
hinted
moon.
at. Right.
Supposedly we're
And
gonna
so,
go to the
like,
moon.
we're going to go to the
so,
moon.
Yeah.
We're going to go to the moon. There's going to be a huge war, and Einstein's going to be there. Einstein's going to be back. So I'm hyped
Justinian.
about that.
Einstein.
Whatever. He's Einstein. He's smart. He's
Albert,
cool,
not
and he's
Albert.
a dragoon.
Okay, yeah. Justinian. Okay, that's right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm saying it wrong.
And there's a whole bunch of cool new moves that are out in that. If you haven't checked out the Final Fantasy, did you see that?
But
Did you
trailer?
report on that? The Final
What?
Fantasy benchmark?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago we did.
Did you go through all the abilities? That
No,
were
we
shown
did not
in
go
it?
through all the abilities. We just kind of highlighted the case. Like, no.
This morning, did you, Dad?
No, Einstein's
They're
not a
all of our
lolly.
dads now.
You're all over dads.
I'm going to question my sanity for bringing him on, okay? So, I'm not sure. Bad enough I got to deal with Solomon,
That's true.
All right, so
It's
Jahzeal,
me.
anything you want to add to any of this discussion we've been having today? A little free open time to just chat?
For New World?
Anything. I don't know. Whatever you've been hearing just now, and I don't know.
I mean, I feel the same way. I wouldn't call it being on the fence about New World. I still want to play it. There was some kind of addictive element to it that I kept wanting to play it as soon as I woke up in the morning, and I knew I couldn't because I had church work to do and kids to take care of and puppy to take out for walks, and I was like, oh man, I'd love to just be able to get on and play right. But I would get on and I'm like, why did I feel that strong pull? Because I was also trying to look for bugs and whatnot to help them out. And then I was just kind of like, okay, well, what is there more to the game than what I've already discovered? And I was finding that there really isn't a whole lot. And I went, well, then why do I love it so much? And I can't really put my thumb on it. It's a weird thing.
I get that. I get that.
Yeah, but I was just loving logging on and going and chopping down trees and going and getting herbs and
Yeah.
killing animals and things to go just make stuff and put it on the auction or hand it over to the guild if I was on the other server, which I wasn't on that much because it just the lag. And I completely hear
West Coast.
yeah, I completely hear what Fuzz is saying about that. I am very concerned about the PvP part of it because this is one of the first, I'll admit it, one of the first MMOs that I actually want to participate in PvP.
Good point.
But
Turning your
their
PvP flag on.
servers are, I don't know what is wrong, but even the West Coast, I think there's something up. It is way too high ping. Even with me being here in California where their servers are at, it was like, why is the ping so high? And then it's like, 80% of our friends in our community were, oh, well, we're going to be on East Coast. And I go to East Coast and it's 3 times what it is over here. And I'm like, PvP is going to be impossible. There's no way with ping of 150 plus that I'm going to be able to compete. So I was like, would I be happy just only doing PvE stuff, supporting them with materials, with crafted materials, weapons, and armor, and all those other potions and food? Because I won't be able to. I'll just get. I already know me. I'm going to be super frustrated if I cannot compete because of the lag.
Yeah, I agree.
And we've got so many people saying, "Oh, I live on East Coast, and I absolutely will not go to a West Coast server." And I'm like, "Oh, I understand, but that leaves very few of us over here to do something." So that's the frustrating part for me. The rest of the game is fine. It's got good stuff. I do look forward to a couple of years from now when there's more stuff to do for PvE, including all the instances and whatnot. And the instances, I felt I only did 2 of them, but they weren't. I don't think they were as good as World of Warcraft's raids and dungeons. They were kind of, I did that. I got a piece of gear. Okay. It
Yeah, I didn't
wasn't
try
that
them.
great.
I didn't try them, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
it was very uninspired. It felt like, well, I think it was Vexter Life said it in his video that we were all passing around to each other. That it felt like a lot of the content we got, they kind of threw it together. Whoop! Hit my punch at my microphone here. They just threw it together really fast to make sure that they had something new to show us.
Yep.
And I'm just, please don't let that be the final cut. Don't let that be, don't let that be the director's cut. All right, please.
Right.
When this goes live, let's see some new stuff and let's have some real, honest to goodness mechanics and things to overcome in the well, they're not called dungeons, but I keep forgetting what they call them. I have my corpse, but I still have my pre-order. I'm still getting the still case. I'm still gonna champion it. They're an underdog. They're they haven't done great with their last releases that are now dead and buried.
Yeah, give him a chance.
So-
give him a chance.
Yeah, I am like hoping and
Swing and a
praying,
miss on that one.
I know.
and I'm their little cheerleader on the side. Speaking of female characters, but I'm, you can be a
There
male
are
cheerleader,
male
right?
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah. So
So we know what he's running.
yeah, no, I'm making a male in that, but I'm with you. Also, I'm way more excited for Fantasy 14, man.
Okay.
Endwalker, just that trailer got me going. It got the juices flowing in my brain. All the endorphins are firing off, and I'm like, yes, okay, now we got some real content that we can dig into, and I know the story is going to just rock our socks off, and well, at least they've had a good track record of doing that.
Yep.
I haven't done Shadowbringers yet, which I hear is going to really just blow my mind.
Yeah, better do it.
Yeah, I better do it quick. I probably should
Hard to go to
go
sleep.
panhandle and do a skip over the content or something.
All right, so
But
I'm
yeah,
gonna give you some
I
chance
agree
to
with you.
talk too. What are your any words you want to say? Don't say ditto.
No, I have 30 more minutes. Just kidding. Go ahead.
Don't say what?
Ditto.
Don't say ditto. You got
There
anything
we
you want to add?
go. See,
That's
no.
why
didn't say it.
that's why I talk more. 'Cause
That's
he's
what-
just gonna say ditto.
I
I-
didn't even need to say it. Thank you, SirJahzeal, for that.
I told you. That's why I fill in the time.
So Solomon, when are you coming to Final Fantasy 14?
There you
and
go.
Why?
Good question.
Never. I already answered this question like a dozen times. I just can't get into it. There's the tab targeting. Like I can't get into it. I really can't.
Most
Look,
MMOs are
I
tab targeting.
tried.
Yes.
Yeah, like the ones that are like 10, 20 years old.
How far have you gotten into the game?
I tried like legitimately. I actually started playing before Realm Reborn.
Ew, that's
And
why.
then I got into Realm Reborn and I still couldn't do it. I legitimately couldn't.
Mm.
I tried both versions of the game, like, you know, and I have the account to back it up. Okay, like I really do, but
We should get a Solomon streaming challenge where you have to get to level 60 and then you're allowed to quit.
Yeah.
Remember, that's
again,
why
there's-
that's what I did. And that's what changed my mind. Remember, I told Ken for 2 years, no, I've tried it, been there, done that. I played like level 5 and then I delete it. And then I tried again later because I hear how good it is. And I did that. I don't know, probably a dozen times. Probably a dozen times. I installed it, played it for a couple of hours, deleted it. Same thing. I was saying the same stuff that Solomon over here is saying right now. I know if he did a challenge and said, I'm going to play. I'm sorry. Sorry,
Yeah,
guys. On
wait,
Discord, he's over this way. Okay. I'll stop pointing. Let's just do that.
He's up to you.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was doing the Discord.
See,
So-
he's-
I know, dude. If you just said, okay, all right, you guys, there's got to be something, or you wouldn't be trying to, peer pressure me. There's got to be something to it. I will play to level 60. If it sucks, you guys need to buy me a drink.
I will
expect
drive
it.
out to you, Solomon, and buy you dinner. You can make it to 60.
I really don't have any desire to play the game. I really don't.
Oh man.
well, he
I
is going to
really
play
don't.
New World with us, okay? Right?
And even then, I really don't want to play New World. Like in terms of
What?
MMOs,
He
I
hates
don't want
us.
to play. Like Final Fantasy and the New World are probably like I actually want to play Bless Unleashed more than I want to play New World.
He likes
That's
to
how
play all
bad
the
it is.
Asian ones. Jeez.
That's Final
Racist.
Fantasy 14. We're talking about no, not necessarily.
I know,
Well,
right?
Yeah.
It's true. I mean, that's of your kin right there. Why don't you want to play that?
I mean, you are going to play Blue Protocol with me, right?
And Lost Ark, apparently. Oh, he's off. What happened to him? We lost him? He's
Sorry, give me
muted.
1 second.
All right. Well, I'll wait for him to come back here. Okay. We'll read some of the chat here. Okay. So apparently, Retro can grow a beard, but regularly shaves it so he can avoid a zombie apocalypse having to pull on it when they're trying to get him down. Okay. So there you go. Now CEO of Awesome makes some comments, but then again, CEO has already confessed that he only plays one game anyway. So if you're only gonna play WoW, everything he puts out is WoW, so nothing compared to WoW. So I don't think New World will be very popular in a few years. I think it'll die out. PvP has a place, but most people don't really care for it, in my opinion. And without
WoW is dying.
without a big pop playing New World, it will die because the PvP requires a large player base. And he's also with Mr. SK. Wow, call him Mr. Wow, okay. On this, I also have no desire to play New World. True, I only play WoW. Amadeo says, so is Blessed Unleashed actually pretty good?
I don't know. Bless Unleashed could be a complete huge trash heap. It really could be, but I'm willing to try it out just to see if it is.
So we are talking about playing Lost World at the end of the year, which is another one of those
Lost Ark.
What?
Lost
Huh?
Ark.
Lost Ark. Sorry, Lost. Wait, what's Lost World?
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
That's Jurassic
Lost
That'd be a
Ark.
terrifying MMO. By the way.
Another
Park.
Lost Ark. Another game being released by the Amazon Game Studio, but not really. They're publishing it, not releasing it. Okay, so that will be playing at the end of the year, assuming the date it comes out.
I'm looking forward to that one the most. Admittedly.
I'm just looking forward to actually playing a game with you, Solomon. Every
I
single
know,
time we talk about a
right?
game, you're like, "Hey, WoW Classic? No. WoW Retail? No. New World? No. 14? No. Okay.
You better actually play New World, not like, oh, I'm gonna play with you guys. Logs on one time a month.
That might be the case, depending how bad the game it might be.
Yeah. All right.
Like
So
I legitimately have low hopes for that game. From what I've played so far, like I have very pessimistic expectations.
check out the further adventures of Kennethan by liking and subscribing and watching me live on twitch.tv/Kennethan.